For the C3 Mini and the C3 Pico, I used pins 6 and 7 as GPIOs for the LEDs. For the S2 Mini, I used pins 18 and 35, and for the W Room 32, I used 26 and 27. I will first build the program for all the boards one after the other, and only later will I flash them. The build process is the same for all, the flashing is not. I open a new terminal window and I change directory to ESP/1test/C3_mini/static_IP. First, I have to enable the window to run the ESP-IDF. Now I have to define which board I will use, which is a C3. And then I build the program. Now we go with the C3 Pico. So we change directory. Sorry. The terminal window is already enabled to run the IDF, so we do not need to re-enable it. The board is the same, is another C3. It's a different variety, but it's still a C3, so we set the same target. And the building is the same. Now we go with the S2 Mini, so it's the same process. Except that this time we have to set the target to an ESP32 S2. And build. And it built just the same. Now we're going to go for the W Room 32. And we define it as an ESP32. Build it the same way. Okay, now we have built the program for all of our 4 boards. Now we're going to flash the program to our board. So this W Room 32 has micro USB port, so we use a micro USB cable for data, not just power. We just plugged it in, and we're going to find out what's the name of the port the board is plugged into. Okay, it says if we look at the D message, the last few lines, it says that the USB port is attached to an ACM device and the port is dev/tty ACM 0. Okay, now we flash it with this command. And it did find, we can see that it did find the port and it's flashing fairly fast. Okay, that's it. It's flashed. Now we go with our C3 mini board. It's USB Type-C, so we make sure we have a USB Type-C data cable. So we get the same command to find out about the port. It is also port TTY ACM 0, so the command will be the same. Okay, that was it. Now we go with our C3 Pico board. We are going to look at the dmessage command. It's also a TTY ACM 0 port, so we use the same command. That was good. Now we go with our S2 mini board. We need to look at the port. Now we flash it. Okay, well, we have an error message. As we can see, it says a fatal error occurred could not open dev TTY ACM0. The port doesn't exist. So if we go back a little further up, it says USB disconnect, device number 34. Okay, so what happened? Well, the board was not enabled in flashing mode, so you have to press the O button, then you press and release the reset button, and then release the O button, and now it should be in order. And now you see the last line, it did find the TTY ACM0 device, so now it should flash. Okay, that flashed okay, and then we still have an error message. What is this error message? It just says that it doesn't reset itself like the other boards. The C3 boards and the WROOM32 boards are self-resetting. This one is not. So you have to press the reset button, or you can unplug it and plug it again, which does the same thing. Now we're going to test our boards with a little circuit on a breadboard. We have two LEDs in series with a 220 ohm resistor each. Each positive pin of the LED will connect to the GPIO of the board, and the resistors are connected to ground. We will power the boards through the USB port connected to the computer. Okay, this is the C3 mini board. This is our C3 Pico board. This is our S2 mini board. This is our WROOM32 board. Conclusion: this experiment showed that our code from the IDF 4.3.3 was successfully ported to IDF 5.0, with the exception that we had to add include rom/gpio.h to our main.c file. This was a very simple code though. There are some breaking changes between old and new versions of the ESP-IDF, especially with Bluetooth and networking. If your old code used these functions, you might have some surprises. I will find out with my tripwire alarm that I had already programmed for S2 Mini with IDF 4.3.3. This will likely be the topic of our next video. If you liked the content of our video, or if you found it even remotely useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you soon for our next episode.